Media. We thank you very much for your patience and the collaboration we have enjoyed from you since the beginning of the crucial December 7, 2024 general elections. This will be, I believe, our fourth address to the media and by extension the good people of Ghana. This address has become imperative because of the need for the National Democratic Congress to update the nation and its supporters on the current status of the electoral process currently ongoing. Ladies and gentlemen, as a serious political party, we have polling agents in all the over 40,796 polling stations across the length and breadth of Ghana. We also have party agents in all the 276 constituency coalition sectors across the 16 regions of Ghana. We are almost through with our internal coalition as a party, and so we have provisional results that gives an indication, a very clear indication as to how the people of this country voted yesterday. And I'm happy to inform you, and by extension, the good people of Ghana, that from the results we have seen so far from our internal coalition, provisional results, it is very clear that Ghanaians have rejected 8 years of corruption, 8 years of state capture, 8 years of wastage, 8 years of nepotism and cronyism, 8 years of economic mismanagement, 8 years of insensitivity and arrogance of power, 8 years of crass incompetence and ineptitude. And it is very clear that the people of this country have voted overwhelmingly for change. They have given the National Democratic Congress an emphatic, resounding, and a landslide victory. And in fact, the provisional figures we are seeing from our internal coalition show that this landslide, this overwhelming, resounding victory given the NDC in both the presidential and parliamentary election is unprecedented in the history of Ghana as far as this fourth republic dispensation is concerned. That is taking out the 1992 elections won by Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rawlings of blessed memory, our founder. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we want to update you because clearly we are all experiencing significant delays on the part of the Electoral Commission relative to the collation of results at the constituency level and the declaration of parliamentary results at the constituency level. And as part of our quest to promote transparency in this electoral process, right from the start to the end, we deem it necessary to update the nation now on the provisional results we have so far collated as a political party. And so if you look behind me, you will see 8 screens. And on these 8 screens, you will see a summary of our collated results for the presidential election. And from the screen, if you look at the far left, my far left corner, you will see that so far, of the results that have been collated, the National Democratic Congress has garnered, even before I get there, you look at the far left corner, the bottom part, and you will see that out of the 40,976 polling stations, 40,976 polling stations, we have received results from our agents covering 38,896 polling stations. And these are results backed by pin sheets. We have pin sheets from our agents in 38,896 polling stations out of 40,976 polling stations in Ghana. The total valid votes involved in these 38,887 polling stations are 11,159,430. The total rejected ballots that we have recorded is 228,443. And if you look at the results summary between the two main contenders, the presidential candidate for the NDC and the presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, you can see that John Dramani Mahama has garnered, per our internally collated provisional results, 6,286,600 votes, which is equivalent to 56.33%, whilst the failed presidential aspirant of the NPP, Mahama, has managed to garner a paltry 4,614,606, representing 41.35%. Let me emphasize that we have pinches to buttress this. And so it is very clear that the people of this country have voted for change. And this is not just a vote for change. It is an extraordinary vote for change. It is a historic event that has happened in our country. And we are grateful to the people of Ghana. What we want at this stage is for the Electoral Commission to fast-track the coalition process at the constituency coalition level, because we see evidence of deliberate delay on the part of some, not all, some EC officials at the coalition, at the constituency coalition level. And I'm going to give you further and better particulars to that effect. Now, aside this, we also have provisional results for the parliamentary elections across the length and breadth of Ghana. And the trend is not any different from the overwhelming presidential mandate that the Great National Democratic Congress has been given by the people of Ghana. And we have it on authority that in the Upper East region, out of the 15 constituencies, the NDC has won 15 over 15. 100%. We can also tell you authority that in the Upper West region, out of the 11 constituencies, the NDC has won 100%, 11 over 11. We can tell you on authority that in the northern region of Ghana, based on our internally collated results, provisional, the NDC has won 11 out of the 18 constituencies. We can also tell you on authority that in the Savannah region, the home region of our presidential candidate and the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana, the NDC has won 6 out of the 7 constituencies there. I'll come back and explain to you, some concerns we have with that one constituency, that Mambo. Then, in the northeast region, the home region of the failed presidential candidate of the NPP, Dr.Bawumia, I can tell you that from our internally collated results or provisional results, we have won 3 out of the 6 constituencies, and that is Yoyu, Tripoli, and Bukubu. For Savannah, Yapi, Wally, Sola, Salaga South, Salaga North, Naboya have all been won by us. There is a challenge with Damango, which we are trying to rectify. For Upper West is 11 over 11, so I need not mention the constituencies. Upper East is 15 over 15, I need not mention the constituencies. I will share with you the 11 constituencies in the northern region, which we have won convincingly. And in fact, we've won, there is one seat that went to an independent candidate at Willency, and that is an NDC member. If you add that, that will be 12. But officially, what we have won, the number of seats we have won per the provisional results, we have collated internally 11 constituencies. And These 11 constituencies are Tamale North, Sagnerigu, Kumbungu, Tamale South, Meon, Sabuba, Tamale Central, Zabzugu, Tatale, Nantong, and Yendi. Of course, Williamsey has been won by an NDC person who ran as an independent candidate. Now in the Bunu East region, the home region of the incoming First Lady of Ghana, I can tell you on authority that out of the 11 constituencies, we have won 10 out of the 11. And the only one that we didn't win is Techiman South, but all others, so I need not mention that we've won. I can also tell you that in the Bono region, the home region of the national chairman of the great NDC, and should I say the National Communications Officer, out of the 12 constituencies, the NDC has won 11 over 12. We have won in constituencies that the NDC has never won since the 1992 elections. And it is unimaginable, unbelievable, incredible that even some of us struggle to believe the scale of the victory that God has graced us with and the people of this country, have given us. Then in the Ahafo region, out of the 6 constituencies, I can tell you on authority that we have won 5 out of the 6. The only one that it appears we didn't win is Tamanoff. Then in the Ashanti region, the stronghold, the so-called stronghold of the MPP, which I dare say has been turned into a swing region on the basis of the outcome of this year's election. In Ashanti region, so far, we've won 7 constituencies without any dispute. We've won 7. We've added 3 to the 4 we had already, and these 3 have already been declared by the EC. In total, we've not won 7. This is what the internally collated results we have show that we have won for now. But there are 3 constituencies in contention, which we believe we have won. And those constituencies are the Mankrauso area, Obuasi East, and then Tepa. So these 3 constituencies, there are serious contentions there that I'll be speaking to. And we believe that if you add that, we should be around somewhere 10 also. So, but the ones that there are no disputes about, and we've not had any challenges with, have to do with 7 out of the 47. And we are still following keenly the 3 other constituencies in contention relative to the parliamentary results. For the Eastern region, the home region of the failed, despotic, tyrant, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The NDC in the presidential election is hovering around 47%. And in the parliamentary election, out of the 33 constituencies, the NDC has won 10. Another independent candidate who ran on the ticket of the NDC has won 1. And the 10 we have won in the Eastern region are in Sawama Duadri, the constituency of the minority chief whip. The arrogant minority chief whip. I'm not oppressed. Upper West Action, which is Adesso, the capital. Lower West Action, Asamankese, Abui, Fantiakwa North, Esujaman, Wayosikana Ship. Lower Mena Krobo, Upper Mena Krobo, Yellow Krobo, and a Front Plains South constituency. We won a Front Plains North, it was like an independent candidate from the NDC who won that. In the Greater Accra region, the capital of Ghana, out of the 34 constituencies, per our internally collated provisional results, we can tell you that we've won 30 out of the 34. We've won Ada, we've won Sege, we've won Igbo Pram, we've won Po Katamanso, Shai Osudoku, Ashama, Tema East, Tema West, Crowell, Lejokuku, Ladabi Kutupon, Krote Kole, Odududio, Ablikuma South, Ablikuma Central, Ablikuma West has been declared. Osla is a goner. Amasaman, Adenta, Medina, Ayawaso North, Ayawaso West will go. Ayawaso East, Domian Rombo, Okaikwe North, Okaikwe South, Ayawaso Central. Domekwa Binya, and I'm just receiving confirmation that we have won Botiano English among now we've won. There are a few others in contention that we are still battling it out with the NPP and the Electoral Commission, and I'm going to speak about that. But if for nothing at all, we know that Ayawaso Central and Ablikuma West have been declared by the Electoral Commission. We've won that without any question. In the voter region, the World Bank, the proud World Bank of the great NDC, there are 18 constituencies. One mistakenly went to a man called Peter Mewu in 2020. Now, that constituency, the Hawkeye constituency, has come back home to the NDC. And I can tell you that we've won 18 over 18. In the Uti region, out of the 9 constituencies, the NDC has won 9 over 9. 100%. In the central region, the home region of our mother, and the incoming first female vice president of the Republic, a region which also happens to be the home region of the current majority leader of parliament, Dr. K.C. Latufose. I can tell you that out of the 23 constituencies, we have won 18. And in the western region, I can tell you that in the western region, which is a swing region, just like the central region, out of the 17 constituencies, the NDC has so far won convincingly, based on our internally collated provisional results, 15 out of the 17. The only ones that we didn't win from the results we have are Takrade and Ifia. In the Western North constituency, which has 9, in Western North region, which has 9 constituencies, I can tell you on authority that we have won 8 out of the 9. The only one we did not win is Swaman. Bibiani has been won by the NDC. And so if you do a brief summary of the tentative provisional results we have collated, so far, even if you take out the contentious ones, the NDC is hovering around 185 up to 276. And as you saw from the results we showed in the presidential results, we are hovering around 56%. And for your information, in nominal terms, the difference between John Mahama and Alhaji Bawumia is over 1.5 million votes. And that number is bigger than the population of about 5 countries that I know. So we are not talking about an ordinary victory here. That's why I said this is an emphatic, resounding, overwhelming, historic, and unprecedented victory that the NDC has struck. If you take out 92, and I don't even count 92 because of all the challenges we had with that first. All right. So I'm even hearing that some of the constituencies that we had issues with, we are working on them. Techiman South, we are working, and other constituencies. I'm just talking about the ones that are not in dispute. And it is very clear that by the close of day, we will have resolved all the other ones with dispute, and this number is likely to go up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the most worrying issue for us at the moment has to do with the attitude of some criminally minded EC officials in some of the constituencies. Not all of them. Some have been very professional and they have done their work dutifully. But others are deliberately delaying the collation of results at various constituency collation centers. That is escalating tensions and leading to violence. In some places, our supporters have been shot at, some have been murdered. Already you know that in Toron, a supporter of the NDC has been murdered by thugs of the NPP under the instructions of the PC or the NPP there, Habib. We had the same incident at Kaswa, Agutu Senior East constituency. One supporter murdered, another seriously injured. By the way, that gangster woman is out of parliament. She's a goner, she's lost. Our cousin. And the day of accountability and recording is coming from her. But aside these sad events we have recorded, only last night at Mankranso will be what? Ahafwano Southwest constituency, ladies and gentlemen. From the coalition we did internally, we knew that we had won the constituency, but we had to go to the designated constituency coalition center to go through the coalition process, the official coalition process with the EC. When we went there, there was a dispute about one polling station results, which our polling agents had objected to at the polling station level, which had to do with overvoting of about 3 overvoting. And our agents were of the opinion that that case of overvoting also existed in other polling stations. So, so at Mankranso, there was overvoting in connection with one polling station, and the votes involved were about 3 more. And we have cause to also believe that the results from other polling stations also had the same irregularity of overvoting. So a protest was made. Now, as we were trashing that out with the Electoral Commission, we saw some EC officials coming to the coalition center with a ballot box. And so our people resisted. They took the ballot box, and when they opened, the ballot box was full of ballot papers, and all of them had been thumb-printed for Dr.Bawumia. And so they destroyed the ballot box. And so in the heat of the moment, in the midst of that pandemonium, the EC officials called the military to come in. When the military got there, the reasonable thing they ought to have done, because none of those supporters were holding any offensive weapon, and they could have simply engaged them to restore calm and order to the place. But they just got there and fired at the people. And they murdered, one person at the spot and injured over 4 people at Mankranso. So that is what has happened there. All right, so that is Mankranso. Please, let me just put out this information. It is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also receiving the final internally collated provisional results for the Techiman South constituency in Bunu East. And contrary to the earlier indication we had, it is very clear that the NDC has also won the Techiman South. So, overall for Bunu East over 11 over 11. That is the indication we have for Bunu East. So, the earlier communication from the regional secretariat has been amended. I told you that there were some contentious issues over there, but they've been rectified, and we have our pink sheets, and from our pink sheets, we have won. And so it is now left for the Electoral Commission to do the needful. Thank you. So the challenges we are having has to do with number 1, Mankranso. The same thing has also happened at Tepa, where from our internally collated results, we won the election. We went to the Constituency Coalition Center for the coalition. All pink sheets were present, were there at the center. Yet the EC official was pussyfooting, dragging their feet, refusing to commence the coalition. Are people led by the parliamentary candidate for the NDC pressed on her to commence the coalition? She still refused without giving any reason, because she had the full complement of all pink sheets. And we didn't understand why she had to delay the coalition process. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our agents decided to go behind the coalition center to go and urinate. And when he went, he saw that a pink sheet, which is the main EC copy, had been torn into pieces, folded, and thrown into the bush. So he took it and saw that, no, this is the EC's copy for a particular polling station. Why has it been destroyed and thrown into the bush? So he brought it in, and it led to some, exchanges, verbal exchanges between our people and them, because clearly this was an EC official who wanted to create the grounds for the delay in the coalition by destroying a pink sheet from a police station. So we protested, and our people decided that once we have done that, we are not going to allow any EC official to come to the coalition center with any new pink sheets. Because that is their game plan. They have a lot of ballot papers. And by the way, this is the only election in the history of Ghana since 1992 that we have seen printed ballot papers and pink sheets flying all over. We've never seen this in the history of Ghana. So they have it in ballot boxes with pink sheets swapping and so on. But thanks to the of our polling station agents, observers, we are able to block this evil plot of the NPP. And so, because our supporters decided to prevent EC officials from going to the coalition center with new pink sheets, which obviously were concocted and fabricated, they called in soldiers. Soldiers got there and started shooting indiscriminately. Thankfully for them, nobody got injured, nobody got murdered. But they scattered the place and destroyed all the ballot papers and all the electoral materials. So that is a challenge we are having there. We are having a similar challenge with coalition in Obuasi East as well. The NPP is refusing to allow the coalition, to take place. So that is what is happening in Ashanti region. In Wenchi, I don't know the situation now, but before I came to address you, the brief we had was that everything is ready. The results, all the pink sheets are ready. The EC official responsible for the coalition is dragging her feet, refusing to do the coalition. And that is escalating tensions in the area. If you go to, even here in Greater Accra, I spoke about Ayawaso Central, which has now been declared, we thank God. But Okaigwe Central and Tema Central, there are serious security issues because of these deliberate, this deliberate delay of coalition in certain critical constituencies that the NPP believes the NDC has won. And in most of the constituencies, the NPP agents are nowhere to be found. For example, in some of the blue constituencies we have won, they are nowhere to be found to sign the results as collated. And EC officials are saying we are waiting for them. We want to tell the Electoral Commission that if the NPP will not come and sign, declare the results. It is not by force that polling agents sign. If they are not there to sign, at the end of collation, declare the results. And spare the nation the tension you have plunged us into. And Dr.Bawumia, for God's sake, you are an Alhaji. You call yourself Dr. Digital. So I'm sure that by now, through your many digital applications, you have collated your results. You know you have lost. Please, call your senior brother, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, concede defeat and congratulate him. And save this nation the unnecessary tension that you and your goons have plunged us into. Enough of the killings. Enough of the violence. Ours is a democracy governed by the rule of law. The will of the people expressed at the polls is supreme and must stand. Be a Democrat and respect the will of the people. Leading figures of your party have already considered defeat. Richard Anyagba has considered defeat. Even the defectees from the NDC who came to support your cause. I've considered defeat like Aloteje, all of them. What are you waiting for? Ghana is the only country we have. So please, do the needful, concede defeat, and call your supporters to order. And IGP Dampare will continue to commend you and the Election Security Task Force for the human job you have done. But your job is not done because we are nowhere near the conclusion of the electoral process. Your work is being undermined by certain elements in the New Patriotic Party and their collaborators in the military. What we are seeing at constituency coalition centers is not what the IGP promised us, and it is not what the CBS promised us. And we know that they are not a party to what is happening. But only they can stop the nonsense going on. And they have to put their foot down. They have a choice to make. You choose between the MPP and the Constitution of Ghana. Choose between the outgoing government and the supreme sovereign people of Ghana. Your fidelity is to the Constitution of Ghana and not the MPP. They have lost. Nothing can save them. They can't kill all the people in Ghana. There is no way you can overturn this results through violence. There is no way. So, if they will not do the needful by conceding defeat, we want you to put your foot down and stop the nefarious activities of these MPP thugs who have been clothed in military uniforms. And in some cases, real military men who have been given directives to go to constituency coalition centers, scatter the place, shoot at people and all that. Human lives matter. Nobody is supposed to lose their life because of an election. We are appalled and disgusted by what is going on. The NDC has lost elections before, even when we were in power in 2016. We handed over power peacefully. Nobody died. Nobody was murdered. Even under Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rollins, who was a soldier, in 2000 when we lost power, not a single Ghanaian lost his life. And in 2008, under J. Kufuor, an MPP president, the MPP lost power. There was a peaceful transition of power. Nobody died. In 2016, nobody died under John Mahama. Why is it that only you, in 2020, you killed 8 people? That blood is not enough for you. And you are still killing people as we speak. You've killed over 4 people in this election. How many more do you want to kill? How many innocent civilians do you want to injure and hurt? You have lost. It's as simple as that. Your Sisifia campaign, attention. It's as simple as that. And it is time to pack your things and leave the Jubilee House. Yes. And we want to tell the Electoral Commission, Madam Jimensa, the peace and stability of Ghana now depends on you. You are the returning officer for the ongoing presidential election. Your officers are deliberately delaying the coalition process in some constituencies and in some regions. Please, Madam, do the needful. Direct them to fast-track the process. Where they have a full complement of pink sheets, there is no legitimate reason why they should delay the process. There is no legitimate reasons. In some regions, like Greater Accra, the declared results are not even more than 5. Meanwhile, the results are ready. What are you waiting for? And the situation is not any different in most of the regions. And so please, we call on the media, the Peace Council, the chiefs, the pastors, to call the EC to order. This is the time for them to intervene. The NDC has remained law-abiding and peaceful. We've acted responsibly against serious provocation from the MPP. Our people have been murdered, beaten to pulp, attacked, yet we have exercised restraint. But we will not sit aloof for EC officials to deliberately delay the electoral process in cahoots with the MPP for the sole purpose of giving room to thugs of the MPP to manipulate the results, at least at the parliamentary level. We will not allow that. So they must fast-track the process in constituencies where there are no disputes over polling stations. they must fast track the process. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for your attention. And let me quickly do a brief, and I'll be very brief. Let me do a brief summary in 3 of the presentation I just did. I was for a friend who had a bonnet. About and Ragana Puna Yakotua. And Maraso said NDC as a serious political party, your agents, baby, over 40,000 polling stations. Now, the agents, the results are very near Kabo. The provisional results are Yakikabo, excellent. It's a framework. Now, to say the action on his or presidential now. NDC, Amanyuku, and bring the certified results. You're 56%. MPP, Dr.Bawumia 41%. Our difference and that Bawumia and John Mahama. No, show us the other one. The other one there. The certified one. Or difference and that or John Dramani Mahama ne Dr.Bawumia over 1.5 million votes in nominal terms. And see about my penny about one Bibia dia dance ye say Ghana for what to aba ama sesa Ghana for what to aba e bora dwene ntiase so ama yewra John Dramani Mahama ene NDC amadoku. Our parliamentary results no so a saa de tie ye kan wie baby bebre wo wa ensem wo results no ho a ye rese at the EC constituency coalition centers no ye betenetene no but enumpo no wohwa NDC nya dodo na wohwe baby to say Upper East regional 15 constituencies no NDC afa 15 ni na over Upper West 11 constituencies no NDC afa ni na 11 over 11. Over Northern region, out of 18, your regional executives are my aswat to say, Bear 11 there, NDC Yafa. You go supra the Akam Mojuman. Over Savannah, out of 7 regions, NDC Yafa, Enisia, Nakwaka Dama Bukrano. You didn't say Arena, and who send you home, you move out as well. You need easy for air commerce anyway. Over Northeast is one. The regional executives results of Wakika no and the Yankasa the national chair said, Yarene means out of Insia. Over Bunu Easter 11 no Yarene Mina I 11 over 11, including Timan South. Now, our Bunu regional out of Dumio 12 no, the Bidia dance say at least in 11 years, and this Awene. Over half original in Siano. The idea that says enum die NDC arena. Oba sentiment mo a ya rene be se du. Ba miensa Okwasi East Mankraso ene tepa. Ensem wo ho a ye ka. Medical di munchi wo aba. Ba no so die the idea that says NDC arena. Oba baby to say Eastern region out of 33 no parliamentary seats no. The answer can confirm it do NDC already. But also NDC near original independence. Over Greater Accra out of 34 no. There's a Biasadia NDC already. The demon kuni. Oko your stronghold voter region you do more training in NDC afa. You do more training in Oko T regional and Chrono NDC afa kuni na. Oko Central regional. A Donumiansa 23 no. And this is a form of best do more train and the Akakra and send one year once a month. Our far western region so out of Eduso 17 results are in Sakache say Edunum 15 they are running. Over western north so out of Nkrono and also the Bibia dance said and what they are ready. Bakwa can also Ibusua ye can pass it. And Tiuki Cabo one. Like I said, out of 276 constituencies, Imube said 187 there. In pre-print, Yansaka, almost 190. And then you know, if you were ye internal collated results, just say you're ready about easy for access and ballot box in your Rubia Koswa. I was saying, you're ready, you saw about to Omra, Edeka. Now, the Abakoyo, how Kakrama is the same. And they said, about to impede for various constituency coalition centers. I was almost shame. Now, baby, PCs in our bedroom constituency coalition center. Among political parties, no, and I'm for Ekeka Bibo, they declare results, no, our constituency level. Baby, or declare results. But baby, or Wapaye, or Mashada, or Nancy, or somebody declare results. Then no, any tension be brave and Abba. Tension be brave and Abba. And be Oko when GCC. It just saw because results are already. About to easy official one or to train answer was of your coalition. Some of the man crown swap. Your crop for Echo Kaya. Or yes, some of us who are more, you see, are not quite. They try to change pink sheets, you see, are not quite. Or want to a kum nipa ba ko pra nipa so and nine. Now, what do you also turn chair? So the same thing as so that to assay electoral materials and work constituency coalition center winner. I probably pay said NDC. You know, Tema Central or Kaikwe Central or Wasi East, a winner. A banner Ghana for two I radio was here Kikabu. Easy for being person where you baby, Yakikabuma is here declared. Yes, even 30% of 276 constituencies. It's our form. But maybe I do it here. We're about to have to the Ghana. By now, 70 to 80% of constituency results are there. Was an ABBA. Because maybe I have to a baby in the some pink sheets I would do constituency coalition center. As I check 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. proud of starting coalition. By now, there was a capital number. Tia catch Mammy Jimensa said. Offer our Harry and can't share in paying for what constituencies and what Ghana said. Ghana, you pass through. Abana Yato, on cow, on Kikamu, no declare. No, be a abu to you. I am sure about the about Ghana, tension over creating Ghana. Nipo Abu went to a poor mono. A idea asked if the narrow. In this Bassa. Now delay about yes, who we man. There will be a resistance, and not the coffee of Kumniba. What Kumnipa or Tolo, what Kumbiwo, Kaswa. What's also Abu Kumbiwo Mankraso. Nipa was saying a Kufuado, anybody with me a person who come up 2020 Nipa. What is silence come when Nipa best at 9? 80, DNT, and on your side. It is totally unacceptable, and a Nadia Yabepia. It is a dimension so you Christ to near. Now I say on Ghana or the Ghana brand the year Mama Pere you are here. Anyway, on it the officials various constituencies in Gaza. Now far Harriso and your coalition intent. Now will be a about to Mizuzu and so. Now I will to you in your be Embra. Yes. And now what do you know so to tell? What do you know so to tell? I will bound Bonuma Yukua or more about we so. Or more Basukua from Election Security Task Force. You best tell me about we or much share of the Yaku for Bambo. On my own, with our police, if one never buying a police stations, any constituency coalition centers, and across the electoral. On my own, soldier phone can about to Yamu Bambo. I just sent to Kwesi Bedia, I cheer police for them, and send your first soldier phone. But then you, they started about to wait from an opa. Police stations will be able to come by your granny, the soldier for long guitar, AK-47. So any part of the grand soldier for Papa, the NPP for Titrafoa, Yashishon soldier Tari, Bolegatanga Bulldogs, Invisible Forces, Volta Crocodiles. Delta forces for any Yashishon soldier Taria, Yamo Mutua, would this any Branson. Uncle Yebi or was it, baby. It drew an idea so why a collation graduate, they say they are just man can so one to when praying pan I walk back. Tepa Omako say electoral materials in it is the air catcher IGP down parody CDS and they say, teach you IGP or no about our bambo, and she in a shell is a chairman of the Election Security Task Force. Why be the why no so Ghana for any so. Name of the why no, if you pay, if you must so dear, as soon as you get here. The way fit here, on find the NC from Louis because I'm not enough from the way but in Crophobia war, I saw the Germany William PP more or more 18 tried and then more Senate man. Now, so no now for the NC for one, Ghana immediately will be to Yanka or no one debated in the NC for. Like I said, men are the chairman of the Election Security Task Force. Now, one man the policy for no, and this also for the senior which I said is in Muna or more your woody shoot to Nipa, essay electoral materials, and then they can come. Into rather Ampare, Ghana food in our area. A police for or my Omajuma Kama. And by the way, that was a special resource, special voting resource. What to abandon my Kama? That was a bar. I ever say, a police for when you know what you're minding, when you know what to then they can't eat in Ayamba. Now, when you know what Dogana, the Ecoso and Yamofe. It's when you know more. Nabasa Basaya Ecoso at Tuncha. Say, Wako baby, and a Casa Wawa. Nipping Peter to, and nipping to, I will go to try again. You want your man, you disperse a crowd, even when they are agitated in your account. You don't go to a constituency collation center and say, if you more to go, be a guitar to be a guitar second, now what to work with you. Saturday night, also, and Yadia, as a fata. Near Papa John Dramani Mahama, matching or the crater be about one thing. Now, I'm saying, make up, bro, for the end, be very grateful. But, me per se, and some of them are not seen. Make kind, the man, baby John Dramani Mahama, or the Atuga, Efa, a soldier for a banya bomb pa, say, Omunusu M1 MPP, Amanyuku. Now, Omofemia, Abanim, Emma, Omukum the Papa, indeed, Mokum the Papa Council, and Omusu, yes, and your grandson. You are John Dramani Mahama. We don't train on the Twitter handle, Amachi at 3:45 a.m. I said, my attention has been drawn to the violent activities of some unscrupulous military personnel deployed to cause mayhem and disrupt the declaration of parliamentary results in some constituencies. This is to caution the personnel involved that they will be held individually liable and responsible for their actions. These are the words of the incoming Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. These are the words of the President-elect, the chosen one, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It moves on to Mohofo because Bonnie Dinsuma and a crime so there they need expiry dates. It's Bonena who did it then. We need to go to our cat, Bako, and Jabra. It's Ujaya no Wajai because you saw one. MP before your Masho Kutupa Mosikaka, with you, we are not Ghana for them. And now you're with Yacho. Fight your Tia Punyaso Luswaba. NDC 2000, yet Tia Punyaso. Papa Rollins and a Remaya Twaba. Lupo de Longo Yusojen. You go be the Tokaba Ghana, can say your one. And so I'm also the one who may be able to Kubia. Or the 2 million and my Ghana forecast on the pen or time will be a waiting. NDC didn't could you know what the Maya Supreme. 2016, Papa John Dramani Mahama, let's help him also. Yatutia. Or the 2 billion by 1 billion before. The Papa will bring you out, the Mutia or Pamon Trade, the Pomaya. 2024. So, Menoka say, Kunipa said, Nipa don't send a person who and Nipa will come on who be to your car and once to train back. No, we are also fan chamber or Moja, be Timuchi Africa. And we will never ever forgive you for these killings that you have engaged in. It's not here, no. But the Kenyan said, Dr.Bawumia, and Brenaso. One Casa, I will from home, Dr. Begeta. You sure say what digital platforms we believe our agents. Yeah, can say the whole results. Evangelist did his miracles and watch all your press conference and check. Bible quotations, Emma. One Gasamuni, Tibra, Now, Ubia was that they come Bible quotations actually here. Yet the Bible quotation is yes, it was a way. Now, moment true in the tower. More your mama was so. Now, some dream right. Near I come home, say Ghana for Nipa. Now, for you, more mine. Near for mining city. Ghana must not bend because of you, because Ghana is not for you. I know they are catching. It's the need for Richard and Yabadi. About your mama, about so that. Mumpeni for the baby Eugene Wachentry, as an event. Waboya, Richard Asante, Waboya Basso, Eugene, Waboya Basso, baby, Yaboma Basso. These are consummate Democrats. At 1 year. What are we lose? What did you do? DNA and training teachers and in Yagadi. Sisifia campaign we Ghana for so. Okwame Nkrumah campaign we Ghana for so. Sikedie no Ghana for so mambre. Krono no Ghana for so mambre. Isika semna maya ne basani ahochira mo de ato Ghana for so mambre. O ma to aba for sesa. Mo fa oboni di die ma Ghana for. Mo nyintum na asumie ma Ghana afebo. Because Ghana kwa your mind.
Osha, the party head office, Honorable Sammy Gyamfi, the communication director, will make sure say on will be about will make sure say on will be about Babasha, we Omo provision once Omo Diaba John Mahama will lead with 6,260 opponent by this. You see, over Hadia, this is a provisional results. Omo Diaba, some of constituency. At the same time, there is other side of parliamentary candidates, and also our say the Abra and then our life. Our Kankwe Central, some of the updates. We know Cassidy is still not be able to come. What I say, Osha, these are the results, their opposition. What I say, these are the results, provision ones are almost in your until we Dr. Bawumia. And making sure say everything. In terms of say some of constituency Nibiana and a pie, how much life for now, Medamono, provision ones, almost the main resource and Cassa, Ediaba. In terms of say some of constituency Nibioha, Ituba, and this headquarters, another head office. Yeah, these are their provision resource, both parliamentary and presidential, and now Mutimi Ediato or more billboard so for Oha, Osha, Timoka said, Omo, much young Kwa, young Koshe, yes, into we the regions, other regions are to Abano, to share Oti region, Santa Bono, Central, Eastern, Gitaka, Northern, Northeast, Savannah. To know can say the whole Savannah region, Upper East region. Almost we need 15/15. Oko Upper East region. Almost we need 11/11. That's it. So over Greater Accra, to see and then over Greater Accra there is. Come and stand here and give it a over Greater Accra, there is a constituency. I'm not going to say other people are accepting it. As a Usu, we declare on Lucy. I'm not going to say over Ayawaso. Yes, or can't quit South, huh? On an was still now, or can't quit South today. Omutumen declare will be our winning because still now, Omutumen, I accept say Obio renewal. It's not say there's a party head office, NDC party head office, the provisional results, both presidential and no can say you be film you be sign offline by 10 minutes time or not 20 minutes time. You be sign blood life. You be sign coalition center. Ayawa so can say Odudu and I say Zinato constituency. Still on the results now. And by international. You be call Zinato constituency. You can make sure say anything here goes to be na yeah the April. Was not on way. Provisional results. And Mami found some of the MPP gurus are almost to me a Lucy seat. MPP gurus are almost Lucy seat. Yes, say top biggest MP who have lost their seats in the parliamentary. Me can say Sarah can say me can say Oko Kaswa Vanam also losing the seat. Mama Lydia last time we losing the seat. Michael Craig Jr. Also losing the seat. Katie Hammond we losing the seat. Peter Amewu we losing the seat. Henry Cottage we losing the seat. And some of the top MPP gurus are losing the seat. Those are the people. It's way NDC provision resource and Omadiaba appointing Ababekasa. It's no can say the NCBA. You better call other parties so and I say MPP head office. I come on live coverage. You almost so at the bar yeah. It's no can say the still now. It's so hard. Yeah, man, some updates. Then the air cost so hard.
This election is about Ghana against NPP. And we have Ghana has won. So it's time for us to jubilate. Okay. The rescue team really well.
These are the provision results over here. So we go offline and we'll move it to the MPP head office to listen to their own, what they also have for us this afternoon. Don't forget to subscribe. The name is still the same. amistytv, aka the Street Master, aka the Street Blogger. You go show more of the live coverage and the live update. What is happening on every coalition center or any resource be a baby idea. You make sure say you be more update and kasa. Now so when ya the moon sem echi on AMISTY TV. Me no can say there. Obaha there's a coalition and that's a provision resource and NDC foenya omo gadani na and omo the resource now at their back ahead of their press conference leading by Sammy Gyamfi, the communication director and I say communication officer at the NDC or no any lead at the campaign and I say or to me granted nice. They be ko enko abonten yenko hwe ne yenko so what I say.